Hey, YouTube, Facebook, or anybody that may catch wind of this video. Hey, how you doing? I know that it's early for me to be on this video, on this live, but I couldn't sleep. And something hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was speaking with a friend, and pretty much we was talking about love. And I know love is just this crazy thing, and some people don't know what love really is. And just to really go into what love is, like far as the basis of love. Some people believe love is a feeling. Some people believe is the feeling of being infatuated. But it's three types of love that's actually discussed if you actually look up love. You see the agape love, that's God's love for us. That's the unconditional love. Okay. And then you have the filial love. That's the friendship level love. That type of love. That person wants to. That person will sacrifice to do anything for you. That person be honest with you. It's that level. That it's a deep level of love. And and eros, that's sexual levels of love. And if you look at the mind, you have the unconscious, subconscious, and a conscious mind. So eros love would be the conscious level. And when we actually, let's take a little notes here so that I can remember this. But just like the conscious mind, consciously, let's say consciously, I'm on here making this video. I'm conscious of my thoughts. But but in a unconscious level, I'm not really mindful of the words that I'm saying or the meanings behind the words. See, the thing is, our conscious mind is what people mainly see. Just like our unconscious mind is the middle, is the next level of depth of mind. The subconscious mind, it that's when you're in hypnosis and things like those other practices, and you have to actually access hidden parts of your mind. See, the unconscious mind is not, it's still a certain level of hidden information, but you still have some level of contact with it when you meditate. So, but the subconscious mind, that's a whole nother level. It holds all our pains. It holds different parts of us. And just like the three types of love that I will be talking about today is, excuse me, eros, phileo, and agape. Now, when it, okay, okay. So, so we actually related the three types of love that is spoken of or read upon or studied upon, such as the eros love. That's just sexual love. That's infatuation. Just like in the beginning of any relationship, you will see someone wanting to touch someone, or someone wanting to be with someone. Sexual type of love is not just sex. It's also the feeling part of love. It's the physical part of love. It's the seeing. It's the hand holding. It's the touching. It's the kissing. It's all those different things of love. The physical aspects of love. It's whether or not you're attracted to someone, how they sound, or you want to be close to their body, you want to be cuddled up next to them. That's the physical feeling. I feel this way about you type of love. And some people think eros is just getting in bed or getting it on. No, it's necessary. But as you progress in a relationship, you're going to notice that love surpasses the eros level or the infatuation level. It's going to go more unconscious. It's going to go more. It's going to go more deeper than that, and that's where we get the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is like the one that drives the car. See, the thing is, Yes, the driver is driving the car, but who's driving the driver? The unconscious mind. And so when we are in a space of not being as aware about how we feel, why we feel the way we feel, and things like that, we're dealing with the unconscious mind. It's like filial love. Filial love is that friendship love. Do you know what does it mean to be a friend? People have different ideas. Some people may think a friend is there to support you. Some people may think, hey, a friend is someone who's always there. But in my experience, I've recognized a friend is similar, but it's still different. A friend is someone who's honest. A friend is someone who is there whether you like them to or not. A friend sees the good, the bad, and the straight up nasty in you. A friend is always someone who wants the best for you, even if it's not the best for them. A friend will never try to pin you against somebody or get you to hate somebody. A friend would never, and I mean never, try to sacrifice the real you for a fake version of you. That's a friend. A friend is someone that's going to be with you all seasons. A friend is someone who is going to see you as a mirror. They're going to see you as a reflection of themselves. They like the love that they have for you is so deep and it's so concentrated. Yeah. It's so concentrated that they are not going to allow anything or anyone to mess up that connection. And when I call someone a friend, that's probably one of the greatest labels or whatever. That if you're my friend, if I'm like you're my friend, you're my best friend, or you're my friend, that's major in my book because I don't call everyone friend. I have associates. I have potential business partners. I have people who may like to hear the content that I put out. Yeah, I may have people who may like this part of me or that part of me, whatever the reason may be. But I very seldom have friends or like someone who actually is a friend. So, and just like mama, I need better lighting. There we go. Way better. Way better. But like mama said, like if someone is a true friend, or better yet, you can't call everyone a friend. When it comes to a true friend will come there, will support you. They will love on you. You will love on one another. It's reciprocated. It's reciprocated love. It's reciprocated support. And support isn't just physical support, but it's mental support, emotional support, spiritual support. I believe a friend will come and pray with you. I believe a friend will come and lift you up. I believe a friend will actually sit with you in a doctor's office, or a friend will laugh with you, or a friend will try to distract you from your pain, or a friend will come through no matter what time it is. A friend can tell on the phone, even through text message, hey, something is off, what's going on? So that's that unconscious level of love that we have access to. And it's the type of love that we use to nurture ourselves in our other relationships. And the other type of, and the last but not least type of love is the subconscious love. That's the agape love. That's the love that's deeply rooted. It has deep roots in our past, our present, and our future. And that type of love is unconditional, even though it's different in the psychological parts of our subconscious mind. but in a way it relates because in our subconscious mind, that's where we hold memories. That's what we that's what we have, like anything in our past, anything in our childhood, those memories, our fears, our traumas, all those things are, it's like it's in that area. And usually when we go through trauma, when we go through things, it's usually stored up in that area of of our mind. And just like that, the agape love is God's love. But some people don't know what God's love really is. God's love is unconditional. But what does it mean to have unconditional love? Well, to have unconditional love simply means to love someone just because you want to love them. It has nothing to do with them. And we live in a world that people will try to do all types of things, and they will try to say all types of sayings to get you not to love them. Or things will happen. Let's say you fall out. Oh, well, we fell out, so I'm no longer cool with this person. Does that make me not love you? Or someone can really hate you all of a sudden, or they can just hate you. Does that mean you stop loving them? No. And over the years, I've asked God to show me how to have unconditional love. And so with this unconditional love that I'm speaking of, this type of love, how you doing? This type of love, it it's not dependent on whether what somebody else would do. We live in a world with when people have conditional love. Like if you do this, that, and another, then I'm going to love you. If you stay loyal to me, if you don't cheat on me, if you do this, then then and only then would I love you. And I get that we have to have conditional love in order to have unconditional love. But the thing with the conditional love is that the conditional love is the lowest form of what love is supposed to be. And that's something that I've seen to be effective. See, the thing is with unconditional love teaches us how to really love people. Unconditional love teaches us how to be loyal to people even when they're not loyal to us. Unconditional love teaches us how to love without someone else having to be there to love. And this is what I mean. Unconditional love, when you have unconditional love for someone, it doesn't matter what they say, what they do, whether you're still cool with them, whether or not they did something bad to you or not. You still love them, but you still love them because the love is not dependent on them and what they're doing. The love is dependent on you loving them and you choosing to love them. This type of love is not really spoken of. This type of love really isn't uplifted or praised. This is type of love that you would see in the synagogues and churches and Bibles. This is type of love that you would see what some people call religious, or you would see in a religious setting. This is the type of love that you would see. And that's the reason why I'm not, that's the reason why I'm one that I uplift God, because I did not know what love was until God loved me first. And I did not know what love was until Jesus saved me. I did not know that. I didn't know that that type of love even existed until I've experienced it for myself right now in this life. And I think sometimes people, they sit and it's kind of like they have these tally marks. Oh, this person did this, I'm gonna love them. And the thing is, with unconditional love in some levels have conditions in this world. Because I'm a person that I usually have unconditional love for people. I'm usually the one that's I'm usually the one that's out here, that's putting myself out there unconditionally. And I've been hurt. And with being hurt, it has caused me to have a more balanced look on love instead of just always having this unconditional level of love. I have this conditional and unconditional level of love. And it's like I don't love hard anymore. And I think it's so many of us, we love hard. We love to a place where it's like, hey, I love you based off of this. And I live somewhere smack down in the middle because I love accordingly. And that's a difference. I'm gonna say it again. We say we love hard, but we probably need to well we need to love accordingly. And as we love accordingly, we allow ourselves to grow from this space. The unconditional love is still there, yes. But I now understand that everyone don't deserve to be in your energy. Everyone don't deserve to be in that space where you're at. Everyone don't deserve to be that for you. And some people, they are so used to that conditional type of love that when you do give them that unconditional type of love, that type of love that no matter what they do, whether you like them, whether or not you still in their lives, whether or not you broke up with them, no matter what happened in between, you still love them. You That's a love that you cannot shake. It's just there. And I find that I have unconditional love for a lot of people, even though they don't have that love for me. And that I used to love hard type of person that I used to be, I love hard. Well, the thing about loving hard is God doesn't want us to be stupid. God doesn't want us to have this immature level of love for people or this unconditional love for people. And that's something that I'm learning. I'm learning to be in this balanced space of love so that as I am growing in love, I know when to activate the unconditional love, even though I already have it. But it's like I'm allowing people to go through the process of showing me, like, hey, yes, I automatically have this unconditional level of love for you. However, I recognize that I don't have to necessarily show it right away. And that's the trick because the unconditional love is always there. But you're going to find people that will try to use the fact that you love them unconditionally to use you, abuse you, to talk about you, to manipulate you, and to push you to the side and walk over you like a doormat. And that's where you will find that, hey, these people really never cared about me, but because of their naiveness or because of the wisdom that wasn't there concerning the type of love that I'm showing, and I'm hoping it's coming through. But the type of love I'm showing, it's not really being seen on the other side. And that's where you get that unreciprocated type of love, you know? And maybe reciprocation, the unreciprocation, and maybe it's other types of love that's included, that's not, they don't have a certain name to it. However, this may resonate. But the thing is, for some, and I want to really bring forth this message concerning love because people are in relationships, people are in marriages with people that say they love them, but yet their love is conditional. Because, and I get it, it's conditional. Love, have to be conditional to a certain state, because we live in a world that really don't uplift real love, real genuine love. So in a way, we have to weigh the person's words, weigh their character, weigh the longevity of who the person is, weigh that weigh who they really are, weigh whether or not they really do love you and care for you or not. Will they be with me if my car broke down? Can I go and stay with them if I so happen to get put out? Or let's say my lights are out for the night. Can I go over there? Or if something happened to me where I don't have any food, will they provide food for me? Or, even if I need some clothes, could they do that for me? Or if I need a babysitter, would they do that for me? Or, hey, if I need someone to talk to at 3 in the morning, would they be willing to sacrifice their sleep for me? If I told them this about me, would they be able to keep that to themselves? It's certain levels that we want from others that some may not even have the capacity to do, because they weren't really taught their level of love. They were taught that hustle bustle of love. Like, well, if you give to me, I'm gonna give to you type of love. I'm returning that energy type of love. But the thing is, that's not really love, is it? That's a survival mode. That's something that we've learned. It's something we've taken on as love, but it's not love. I'm talking about real, genuine, unconditional love that you have. Now, some may ask, so how do I vet, or how do I know when to show this complete unconditional love and when to show this conditional love? It's the energy. Everything is energy. Love is energy. Love is the highest vibration of them all, of all vibrations, of all energy in this earth, in all the dimensions. Love is the highest. Have you ever listened to love songs? Have you ever listened to gospel songs? Have you listened to any inspirational songs? What are they talking about? Love. Have you listened to positive songs? The people that are the most positive, most loving, are the most like people, because love is the highest frequency. When you break down love, it's that pure, just genuine, and it's it's like a white light. It's like a white light around you. That's the level of love that we need to have with people. But the thing is, when it comes to certain levels of love, some people don't know. And some people don't even have the idea what love is, because they were only taught survival. They will only love someone as long as they can do for you. Love someone as long as they can struggle with you. And it's a such thing called struggle love as well. Because some people, like if you're not riding with me when I'm struggling, you're not riding with me when I'm thriving, which is true. You need someone that's going to be with you as you go through. However, excuse me, y'all. However, when it comes to certain aspects of love, you need a ride or die, yeah. But the thing is, what about when you stop surviving? What if when you no longer need a ride or die? Can that person thrive with you as you go higher? See, people are looking for people to be with them when they're down and they're out and they're going through things and they're struggling. But the moment that the people or the person decides to no longer be in that struggle, that's when the love changes. Can that person love you and still be with you when you're thriving? And I think that's the idea of ride or die. But in reality, people only get the ride and not the die part. They get someone who's with them as they're struggling. But the moment that they're not struggling anymore, that person don't like them because that person don't want them doing better than them. Is that really love though? Was the loyalty really real? Or was the loyalty because you were down and they were down, they wanted someone to relate to? that trauma bond type of love. So, what does love mean to you? What is love? Is it the agape love? Is it the filial love? Is it the eros love? Is it a conditional love? Is it unconditional? What does love mean to you? Why why does it seem every time you love someone, someone don't love you back? Maybe because they don't know what love is. Do you know what love is? Do we even know what love is? And it's just like it's one of those things where this message may not resonate with everyone, but when we sit back and we really just pick at every fiber of who love is, it will make sense. It would click. It would click for the first time. Like, wow, I can love someone despite despite them. I can love someone despite them being who they are. I can love someone despite their faults. I can be patient with someone. I can have no wrongs. I can forgive someone. I'm not holding grudges. I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to compromise my own ego. I'm willing to see past what they said or did. I'm willing to go in the future, in a better future with them. Yeah, they cheated, but it was one time. So all I'm gonna do is I can forgive them if that's something what you want to do. You know, that's still unconditional love. To take someone back after cheating and still love them, and sometimes love is even stronger. I've seen people bounce back from fidelity after fidelity, and they are living happy, loving lives. And yet, there are reasons for the fidelity. This video is not going to be the explanation breakdown the reason why people are not faithful. But the fact is, what do you do after it's done? What do you do after the breakup? What do you do after the friendship is over? What do you do after? This is what this video is focused on. What do you do once the person lets you down? What do you do once the person do disappoint you? What do you do once that person is not the person that you thought they were? What do you do once they manipulate you? And that's where the balance of unconditional love and conditional love falls right in the middle. You're right in the middle of all that. You can decide how much of unconditional love you're going to show unconditional love. See, that's the trick of it all. It's not either or, it's both. And you have to allow people to earn your love. You have to allow people to see that level of love. That's the reason why some guys will never get a certain freakiness or a certain level out of a woman. Because the more you love her unconditionally, the best you're going to get out of her. And or even just surpass all that. If you want to get the best out of a woman, guys, love her unconditionally. Love her despite herself. Love her despite her flaws. Love her just no, and not flaws. I call them perfect imperfections. Love her in spite of her perfect imperfections. Love her in spite despite her, but still love her because she is her, and you love her for that. See, it's a different level of love that's there, and even with for the ladies, whatever your preference is. When you love someone for being just them, and even if their version of them don't benefit you, you still can love them. You may not like that version of them, but that's who they are right now. So you're gonna love them despite them. And see, that's the love that I found with Jesus. Like, wow, you love me despite me. Even though I'm this person and I make mistakes, yet you still love me despite me. You still love me despite the fact that I may not always come through. I may not be as honest to my word. I actually have flaws. I would actually say things I don't mean. You love me despite that. Now that is a whole nother level of love that I can't even go to even pray for. And that's the type of love I want in my life. I want someone who's going to love me unconditionally, someone who's going to love me past this physical. They're going to love me past my flaws. I'm like, I can't even say flaws, but they're going to love me past me. They're going to love me. They're going to love me from the different versions of myself that they may or may not like. They don't have to get me on every level, but they are going to love me, and we're going to see each other through this thing. So when it comes to certain things or certain parts of just in life, we all want that love. We all want that level of connection, but yet we sometimes don't know how to give it. So how do you give unconditional love? How do you know how to give unconditional love when all you've been taught is conditional love? You need a manual. God is that manual. Yes, the Bible does break down love. However, having an actual relationship with God helps with that. So in my relationship with God, I'm learning how to love through forgiving someone, through not holding grudges, through being patient with somebody, through not seeing a person's different mindset or perspective or point of view as opposition of mine. Just allow that person to have an opinion, to agree to disagree. And it's okay to be different. It's okay not to be the same. But people sit around and they don't really appreciate someone for all they come with because they're so focused on this conditional part of them and this part of them that would benefit them. And see, it's a certain level that's there. It's a certain level that's there that people don't understand. And God is cultivating in me balance, that balance of love. Because it was unbalanced. Because here I am giving all this, I'm pouring my cup, my unconditional love into cups that can't even take that depth of love. Or don't even understand, they don't understand the depth of that. Or they don't understand how precious and rare it is. Because that's all they've been shown. So all they can show me back is the conditional love. And so just thinking about love overall, my capacity to love has deepened due to God and due to God showing me how to love properly. So I love not just accordingly, but I'm learning how to love properly and how to love where someone can actually receive that love. Because I don't want to give this pure level of love to you and you cannot take that. It would be too much for you. So it's not me being petty. It's not me withholding love from you. It's me giving you that allowance and that space to grow into love. That's the reason why I don't believe in someone falling in love. I believe in growing in love. Because as the love deepens, that's where the connections grow. I hope someone said, I hope that was explained in a way that it can be understood, understood, understood. But, anyways, just share with me how you love. And I get the conditional love part because I know I may be getting something about conditional love. Well, you gotta love people based off of that. Yeah, but where have that gotten you? Yeah, it may have gotten you not hurt as hurt, but that's why I was saying like the middle part of love. It's conditional and unconditional. Meet somewhere smack down in the middle with it. So knowing when to show the unconditional love and how much it can be 50%, 50%. It can be 80, 20, 30, 70, whatever percentage that means for you. It's like some people don't show unconditional love at all. They show everything conditional and then show the conditional love. 100% unconditional, then 100% unconditional. But however you get there, get there. No one's judging you on that because I get it. Because I've been hurt so many times that it was a point in time where I was like, I'm just not going. I'm just no longer going to show this this unconditional version of myself. But then I was hindering so many things because I ended up finding people and attracting people who was giving me unconditional love, but I was giving them conditional love due to the fact that I've been hurt. So I've learned to really just be in a space where I am open to the possibility of literally giving that part of myself to someone that is deserving of it. And I know it may seem so much like conditional love, but it's just loving deeply, loving deeply in this meant accordingly. But it's me loving according to what they can take. Because some people cannot take that level of love. And you'll find people that totally hate you, but they don't understand why you still like them or love them. And it's not dependent on them. See, when you love unconditionally, it's like a superpower because no one gave you that power. No one gave you that love. No one gave you the ammunition of love. You gave yourself that ammunition of love. So only you can take that love away. Only you can hurt you. See, in unconditional love, there is no pain. There is no hurt. Even though in some levels it can feel like that physically, if you are expecting that level of love, it's not the unconditional love that's going to hurt you. It's the expectation of it that's going to hurt you. So when it comes to that level of love, it's like we have to be better. We have to be more discerning. And the more discerning we are, the better we would be at discerning whether or not someone loves us unconditionally. That's why you see in love, people test people. A guy can test a woman through her loyalty, seeing is this woman faithful? Well, if I didn't have any money, would this woman pay for my dinner? A woman can test a guy's love through, let me see how faithful he is. Let me see if I go this long without something, without giving him something, like will he actually still be faithful? Or if this happened to Susie over here, my daughter, what type of father could he be? Whatever type of person you are. So the thing is, we've all been hurt. But the only way to prevent ourselves from hurt is unconditional love. Because that love is not dependent on the expectation of someone else or someone else's actions. It's dependent on our own actions. Now, only you can hurt you if you expect that love out of everybody else you meet. I do not expect everyone I meet to have unconditional love with, to have this deep soul level of love. I really don't. I no longer expect anything. I just receive what's given to me, and then I will go inside of myself like, okay, so this is what I'm getting. This person cannot handle this type of love, but what I still would give them a certain portion of it to maybe plant a seed to show them that this type of love actually exists. This type of love, and by me constantly showing them those small increments of that unconditional love, maybe they would grow into a beautiful person who have the potential to love unconditionally as well. It's a different level that's there. And that's where the growing in love happens. Because just because someone don't know how to love unconditionally, I mean they can't learn how to. And maybe you're the only person that could have taught them that. And I've had people like that in my space when I was just showing conditional love. They've shown me unconditional love and planting a seed. Now this seed have grown up. Here I am, being a person showing unconditional love, even though I've been hurt. And there you get the term. You have to love as if you've never been hurt. You learn how to sow and how to reap unconditional love from yourself and from your experiences. So love is love at the end of the day. People say what love is, but who is love? And so just don't give up on people just because they have not reached that place to love properly. Don't love hard. Don't love, don't necessarily love accordingly. Love properly. And you can't give someone 100% unconditional love all the time. Just like someone can't give someone 100% of conditional love all the time. Somewhere in this beautiful pot of love, you pour them both in and mix them up. And as you mix them up, you may get certain portions of both. But recognize and realize everyone is not in that space as you are. And I fully accept that. So I no longer get hurt because I'm not loving accordingly. I'm not loving hard. I'm loving properly. And whatever mixture comes up in that spoon, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And I accept every experience as it is an experience. Everything and everyone that comes in our lives, it's a lesson or a blessing. Maybe a mixture of both. See, something isn't just this or that. Sometimes it's somewhere in the middle. Some people have been blessings and lessons. And I'm learning to accept them as they really are. And as I accept them for what they really are and who they really are, it allows me to grow in love with them. See, love is so tricky. We base love off these physical things, and these physical things will fade. Because some people recognize that we are souls, we are spirits living in this earthly realm, and we sit up here and we love on a shallow level, but yet wonder why in these deep relationships they really don't last. Because any long-term relationship don't it's not gonna last off of shallow love. Because the moment someone messes up, that and if there's no unconditional love there, or even taught or sown into that person, they're only going to go from their default of conditional love. And that's the truth of the matter. So, are you walking more into the conditional or the unconditional version of love? Because we may need to find a happy place in between that is going to help you be more discerning. Always trust your intuition. You would know through the signs, you would know through your connection with your creator. You would know because as you grow into this love with yourself first, because see, that unconditional love comes, it starts with you first. And then as you, and I should have said this in the beginning, that unconditional love that's within you, as it grows within you, then you can give it. And I think that's another portion of love that people don't understand. When it comes to love overall, we have to have a love for our creator that lives within us. And that's the epitome of self-love. Because we love for what love is because love lives inside of us. And when we love ourselves and when we able to pour it out, only then you can pour out love. You can only pour out love from your cup. But if you have a cup, your cup is empty. You can't give love. You can only receive. And that's when you get the gift of receiving and giving and the gift of reciprocation. And so you may get unequal amount or equal amount. Some days with your partner or somebody else, you may not get that. You may not get a 50-50 loves. You may not get a 90-10 loves. You may get a 30-80, 30-70, excuse me, or you know what I mean? A 60-40 type of love. So it feels good to be loved, but are you able to give love? Even with the love languages, are you able to affirm somebody through your time, their gifts, through cooking with them, through just doing things they love doing, through activities, through hobbies, through family time, through time alone with the boys or her being with the girls or whatever your preference is? What does love mean to you? You know, what's your love story? What have you been hurt by love? How do you bounce back? That's what this live is about. It's about something to make us think. But anyways, wherever you're watching this, thank you for viewing this, and it's well worth it. But because we're speaking on something that was a nugget. I don't care how other people feel about me because I have unconditional love for them. Even if the love was somewhere more conditional or not as in the middle when we were actually cool. So that's why I can cheer people on even though I'm not cool with them. And it's people that hate me right now. And they don't know I still love them. I still pray for them. I still do nothing but speak love and light for them. And people, when you do that, you reap blessings. You reap blessings over your own life because you're not sitting here hating people. You're not holding grudges towards people. You are aging backwards because your skin is glowing. Because forgiveness and love and peace looks good. When you drink your water, it looks good. When you exercise, you look good. You don't see people that's living whole and happy and in unconditional love levels of life stressed out about relationships because they know that whatever was meant to be experienced was experienced. You have no hatred towards anyone because you gave your all, whether your all was conditional or unconditional or somewhere in the middle, whether it's phileo, eros, or agape. Love is love, baby. So at the end of the day, we have to embrace who love is, not just what love is. But that's it. I hope this helped. I thank all my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I do go off of, I do my lives based off of a thought, a revelation. So I do strive to post as much as possible. But I'm also on other platforms like TikTok, Facebook, of course, YouTube, have a podcast, a blog, and an Instagram. So it's not just this is the only place where I share ideas. So just know that every Monday, post podcast. Every other Wednesday, motivational video. I mean, motivational segment on anything. It's just motivation, inspiration. Like this Wednesday, uh, no, next Wednesday, and Monday, I will be posting the last of season 9 and motivation, and then season 10. So follow me at anchor.fm/LASHEA dash Jackson, and you find the podcast, Shay's Heart Heart. So, anyways, I thank you for your support, for everything, and I will continue to speak in truth as God gives it to me. So, yeah, love today, love fully, and love properly, so that you are loved properly. Anyways, till next time.